Are we still getting exterior work done? Yes, we are. Part 3. The last 2 weeks, I've been working on the exterior, getting things ready for the soffit and fascia, all of the custom bending to be done. 2 weeks ago, I was staining all of these pine boards. Last week, I installed them, except for that last 10% of the project always takes so much more time. I have the bottom left to do where I need to put flashing, and I need to finish up the last strips up here so that Danny can come back and do the custom bent fascia, which is the dream of this house. I'm so excited. Last week I tried to get the last piece in, and it's gonna take a bit. It's probably gonna take a few tries. We are short on this side, so it's not coming down, and we're tight on this side. I've got my measurements. Take 2. First things first, I want to cut off the very back groove, especially since this board tapers so that the wider end is in the back. I can't just like smash the board in from the face of the opening. I'm gonna have to cut the groove off so I can tuck the board in and make it tight. So how big is the groove? That looks like a 1/4 inch. 5/16. I'm so new to the table saw, but okay, that should work.
And if you're new here, I'm custom building my dream home and homestead from scratch, learning so many new things along the way.
Yay! And truthfully, I don't know how I'm gonna cut this. I can use the circle saw, but the plank isn't wide enough. I might have to like secure another board to it.
So if you like the DIY journey or homesteading and building, I'm here for you on Sundays. A great way to support the channel is to hit the like button, share or comment, and of course to subscribe. I swear I have learned so much from your comments over the last few years, so thank you for being here.
So I got close, maybe a 1/16 of an inch too big on the one side and like a 1/16 too short on the other. So kind of sucks, but I don't know. Do your best, cock the rest, right? Am I right? Oh shoot, I forgot about, I might have to redo this. I need this lip to continue up. I thought about this before I went to bed last night, and I forgot because I need to finish off the tongue and groove to the end. So we're gonna try again. We are. Why?
All right, we have the line.
And I have to make sure I don't cut through this lip.
Time for a plunge cut. It's pretty crazy how over the last few years, problem solving has become so much easier just with the everyday experience that I'm getting. I truly feel like construction is problem solving. Like, how good are your problem solving skills?
Well, I screwed that up. Frig. I didn't even get it on camera. I mean, like, no one's gonna know. Not from 16 feet away. Oh yeah. Let me sneak this little guy in here. And no one will ever know. No one except for us. But shh, don't tell anyone. Other than this, which you can barely see, this is so clean.
Time for the other side.
And I spent like 20 minutes on this. I put the lip on the wrong side. I got all turned around. Oh my gosh. This is my last properly stained board, so let's hope I don't mess it up this time. And you would think I wouldn't break this piece again, but I did.
Before Danny left, he bent me this piece of flashing to go along the base to make room for the wood decking that's going to be here.
Okay, I think when Cam gets home, he just needs to plane off the last bit because it gets stuck on the back on both sides. So once he does that, it'll be perfect. But I must say this looks absolutely incredible. And it took a whole day. A whole day! to do trim pieces. I mean, my days are shorter than most because my daughter gets off the bus in 2 minutes. Well, I got done what I could get done for the guys tomorrow. I don't often show what my evenings look like, but a lot of the times I need a little bit of a transition between doing my work and parenting and editing in the evenings. So sometimes as I wait for my daughter's bus or wait for her to fall asleep at night before I edit, I'll whip out my phone and play Screw Jam. So the way you play it is by removing matching screws to strategically solve levels and build cities with the screws that you collect. I appreciate, honestly, a little bit of an escape. I find it low stress. It is free to download and there's no Wi-Fi necessary, so you can play anytime and anywhere. It's easy to learn but hard to master because with each level the difficulty increases. It has a rating of 4.7 on the App Store, and there's lots of exciting in-game events where you can complete levels, earn points, and unlock rewards like boosters, hearts, and coins. So if you're looking for a relaxing game that teases the brain, download Screw Jam now by scanning the QR code or clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment below. When you download using my link, you're going to get a reward pack. You'll get 3 hours of infinite life and 100 coins.
And thank you so much to Screw Jam for sponsoring this week's video.
Good morning, they're here. I am so excited for today. Things are really gonna come together. Good morning. Good morning. Jeremy's getting the rest of the base flashing on. And Danny just custom bent this piece to go in. We had to get it to wrap underneath and onto the other side of the fascia board because of the trim piece in here. It just wasn't working out, so that looks great. That's pretty clean, eh?
Any viewers, do not do what she's doing with the base.
Why, because you don't like it?
It looks good, but...
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Slow down.
What do you want?
Jesus!
Watch your fingers,
lot
watch your
stronger
fingers.
than me.
How far away you want?
Just enough for me to get in behind it. All right, everyone needs Jeremy, right?
I told you. I wouldn't get by my life without him.
There we go. Look at
Put
you.
your back into it, would you?
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big spider.
Jer, I just wanted to say hi and I hope you have a great day.
Go hug a tree. It's really grounding.
Don't yell at me.
I'm so excited.
So we can do a black screw.
Yeah.
Into the tongue groove.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to have to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, it matches like the theory of the rest of the building,
Yeah.
capping all the beams.
Always about the screw patterns.
Something you don't think about.
Especially on gables.
Yeah.
Always with the screw patterns.
That looks great.
Okay.
I cannot get over how good this looks. I just can't. Like, obviously this is something I've been thinking about for years and it's finally coming together, and absolutely needed someone to come in and do this who owns a break, because anything prefab would not have looked this good and like seamless. Like, look at that. And it just, this wood, holy sh. I'm just over here doing all of like the helper tasks today, and I'm doing silicone still. And every once in a while, peeking around the corners, trying to film them. I'm just so excited seeing this go up. It's absolutely wild. There's just a little bit left to do up top here. They're bending more. While they do that, I'm getting the blue skin on the windows so that when they're done up here, we can take the scaffolding down and see what it looks like. Things are happening. You're not telling me about them.
Nope.
I just gotta figure it out for myself.
Yep.
Holy, that looks good. It's done. Oh, the peak looks so good. I'm gonna take the full scaffolding down and then we're all gonna look together. See the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna look now. I'm gonna look. We're all gonna look. The YouTube channel is gonna look. Wow. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's just a bit of waving going on here, so the screws are gonna be backed out and see if we can get it looking nice and even. I'm so happy right now, like truly. Seeing finishing work come together is incredible, and I cannot wait to start finishing the interior and doing the siding, and I am probably just gonna stare at this. Oh my goodness. This is looking so good too. Oh my goodness, coming together. Last piece. That looks so good with the wood too. Wow, so good. Time to cap the rest. Could you imagine?
Here we are, Danny teaching Trough 101.
Oh God. So you see how it's hitting the bracket here?
Yeah.
So you're as high as you can go here. And what you're gonna wanna do, level on the bottom.
Okay.
And then you can tuck this guy a little bit higher, right there.
At a level a little.
Yeah, just a tiny bit, just so it'll run out that way.
Okay. So the east trough is staying off because the siding needs to go up, and so hopefully that will go well. Oh boy. So take the top one off. This gets hooked into the top, and then the top elbow comes down to the bottom and shoots away from the house.
Down to there, and then it
Okay.
once away.
Okay. Cool. There we go. Thanks, guys. We're gonna say our farewells. Thank you so much, Danny. It's been a blast, truly. Everyone say a big thank you to Danny and Jeremy. Good Neighbours Exteriors. They did a fabulous job. It looks so good, and it really needed that custom touch, which that would have taken me like a month, and with no break, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So there you have it.
What we're here for.
That's it.
What
Thank
we're
you,
here
guys.
for.
What's
Good,
next?
good Neighbours Exteriors.
There we
Remember.
go.
Remember.
Check them out. Give them a call.
There it is.
Get a
There's the
quote.
number right there. There we go.
There we go. Bye, guys.
We'll see you.
Bye, Queen Bee.
Check out Good Neighbours Exteriors, linked in the description below, and get a quote from them for siding, eavesdrop, soffit, fascia. If you're in Ontario, they service the GTA and Simcoe area. Please do me a huge favor, say thank you to Danny and Jeremy in the comments.
I wasn't gonna do this siding yet. I was gonna leave it. I know it needs to get done. Like, first of all, there's so much sunlight, it's gonna start deteriorating stuff like this. Like, the paper is starting to deteriorate up here, so it just needs to be done. Like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. What do I want to do here? And I've not been able to figure it out, but I think I have my solution. So what if we use the exact same material on the front here, but it's not gonna be brown, because I do not want this wall to be the same color as this. I think it'll take away from this and take away from literally everything. It won't look good. But what I can do is stain this black, and then we custom make a piece of trim. I think that needs to be the solution. Something like that, I think. So either tongue and groove, or I find out what it takes to get like full pieces that would be like a custom, and that would look really good too. You guys are coming with me on my thought process today. I do not like this. I don't think I'm gonna like that amount of texture on this wall. I threw up a piece of plywood here. If I can get boards to fit in there, like I could even use plywood, could I not? And then there's no little groove. I didn't think I was gonna like this. Now seeing the two colors side by side, like having two different colors, it looked okay actually when it was the brown, but I don't want this wall to be brown. And now that it's two different colors, I'm not a fan. I need to figure something out. Plywood would work. What is wrong with me? I'm trying to get you to look.
Oh my god.
It looks really good, eh?
It's freaking snazzy.
Yeah. I'm so excited to finish siding the front. I figured out what I'm gonna do.
Oh, and you even got some little like tester siding in here?
I do, yeah. So I've decided against that because I hate it. Yeah. Good morning. It still looks incredible. I think I've figured out my solution and I'm pretty excited about it. I did chat with a few friends on the phone trying to figure out like where to go from here. I got some really nice 3/4 inch plywood and some exterior black stain. I'm gonna work on this horizontal section first. This is going to be like the beam across and I want it to look like it's one solid section. So I bought a biscuit joiner. We're gonna use that in the future anyways for fun projects. It's gonna be a good time today. I'm gonna angle my plywood cut for the drip edge. There needs to be space just in case, you know, water gets in behind and needs to come back out. And then there needs to be an 1/8 inch space basically anywhere there's the brick molding of the windows or the drip edge. And that can be caulked after except for the drip edge. I think we're just gonna do 15. We're gonna test it out. I'm excited to see what that looked like on the camera. I just re-looked at the footage because you can't see when you're up there. That looked freaking insane. It's gonna look so good. Okay, I bought myself a biscuit joiner. Don't judge the brand, you guys. I've never used a biscuit joiner in my life. I'm back from YouTube University. Just do a couple of test runs. Now, does this work? No, you can't do it on an angle. I'm truthfully overwhelmed. Like, the amount of information there is online sometimes can be too much. From my understanding, biscuit joinery is, it's not the strength that I thought it was gonna be, which is okay. I mean, maybe I didn't need to buy the tool, but I think for the purpose of lining things up and getting the first glue on will be helpful. And then I'm gonna need to go into the back, I believe, and reinforce things, which again, that's fine. What's great about this section is that I can put strapping in the back because it's going onto a surface with strapping. So the biscuit joinery that I'm gonna be doing for this project is mainly just to line the boards up to get the seam nice. And then we go from there. Next problem to solve is that I don't have a way to clamp from one end to the other. I don't think very many people would have a way to clamp that long ways. So I kind of have to do it this way. Okay, so we're gonna go glue along the edges, put a dab where the biscuit joint is, and spread it out. This is not working. There we go. I wanted the glue to squeeze out, but this is not, it's not working. This isn't working. Nothing about this worked. The biscuits didn't line up properly. I don't know if that was my fault or if just the Ryobi wasn't very good. We're gonna try it again. Ah! That was like 5 minutes of panic. Oh. So like you can see here, it's a lip. That is absolutely not what I want. So it didn't line up really anywhere nicely. This started pulling out. I got my stress vein going. I think what I'm gonna do now, I've been going back and forth on what I wanted to do. Do I wanna do the biscuit joiner or do I just wanna back bevel the wood and join it up together? And I think with how that went, I'm gonna back bevel the wood. I really thought the biscuits would be helpful in creating a clean line, but they didn't line up properly. wobbly, so we'll try again. Well, luckily, the only saving grace I can think of is I didn't cut these boards to size. I was gonna cut them after, and I'm glad because now I can cut off this glue edge and say, well, at least I tried and I learned something. And custom home builds are wild. I think I need to stain the back of these now because I'm gonna strap the back. And so I can't strap the back until the back is stained. And so I can't do any gluing. I only did what I did before because I was using the biscuit joints and I was like, maybe it'll hold as I turn it over and then stain the back and sand. But I'm gonna stain it. I'm gonna stain the back. I'm not gonna stain the front until everything's sanded. This is Ebony by Cabot. It's a little bit more like, it's got more of a sheen to it, which I wanted because it's going against something really shiny. It's honestly, it feels like it's working with paint. Okay, I'm gonna try to not get it on the seams here. I still might be gluing the seams and you don't want that. This is so different than working with the other stain. Absolutely loving this. While these dry, I'm gonna head back inside and just start cutting the rest of the plywood. Pretty straightforward, just cutting them to size for the slots that they're going into. The rest of them don't need to be angle cut, so we're good. Good morning. It's been a few days since I've picked up the camera because it was the weekend, and for the first time in a very long time, I did not work at all on the house. This weekend, I took the whole weekend off. I was really getting overwhelmed and overworked. And so now it's Monday morning. It's a beautiful, lovely fall morning. So I had to figure out how I want to trim out these corners here. I want to see if I would prefer having black trim up against this wall butting like into here with the 3/4 inch ply being black, or if I want this trim piece to match this color. I'm thinking black because this trim piece is black and it'll kind of match and be even. And plus this is going to be black. You might be thinking, why do I have to figure this out now? And it's just going to determine if this 3/8 by 1 1/4 inch trim is what I want to use. So I just kind of want to see first. While these dry, I'm gonna go back inside and try to get this beam seamed together. First thing I'm gonna do is get strapping on one side and kind of prep the other side to go. Okay, so I have this side screwed down. I have the seam clamped. I can't see the seam. I think what I wanna do is get it screwed in a couple of spots and flip it over the way I have it clamped, and then just make sure the seam looks good from the other side. The last thing you want is to do all this work and for the seam to look bad on the other side. Actually a pretty good seam. All right, I'm gonna make a little bit of an adjustment and then I think we're ready for glue. Just opening it up a little bit. I'd rather have excess. I want it to squeeze through to the other side. I'll let it just fall for a sec and squeeze her back together. And then sawdust. Trying to get this sawdust into the crevice as well, like get it nice and filled. I think I did it. I do. I'm a little nervous because that was definitely on the tricky side. I have that sitting pretty level and I'm gonna let that dry. All right, the glue is dry. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a sand and see how it looks. I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to do glue, sawdust, sand to make it look really good. I mean, if there were woodworkers here, they might say like, wow, that could have been better, but I'm very happy with that and I think it'll disappear underneath the solid stain. I'm gonna cut this board to size, then stain the side so that when Cam gets home, I can install it because this piece needs to be done with 2 sets of hands in order to get the next pieces up, likely tomorrow. Right smack dab in the middle. And I'm just leaving gaps for the next pieces to butt up and be glued. And now it's ready to get put up on the wall. We're using GRKs with a really small head to fasten it. And then I'm going to fill it with some wood filler and sand and stain over. So it's really gonna be nice and seamless. I feel like we have to get a before. This is so exciting. It looks a bit goofy because of all the like unclean paint lines going across, but it is definitely going to look good. So I really wanted to get the rest of this project done this week for you guys to see, have it all done in one video, but it's just so not realistic. Finishing this project is going to take a little bit longer than I wanted to, but now you get the gist of it, what's going to be done, and I cannot wait to show you the finished results next week. Also, be sure to check out Screw Jam. It's free to download and such a fun brain teaser, and you're gonna get 3 hours of infinite life and 100 free coins when you click my specialized link in the description below. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week.